right, so we're going to start with firming up our base of support and working to make sure everything's in good alignment. So with the feet connected to the earth, right, we're going to start to think about all four corners of the feet. The big toe mounds, contact with the earth. Outer heel, contact with the earth. Inner heel. And then we have the little toe mounds. All 4 points of contact with the earth. Now lift your toes, spread them out, and place them back down. So we have a good large base of support here. And now drawing energy up through the legs, lining the hips up over the ankles, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. And when we turn the palms face forward, we're opening the heart, taking the shoulders back. We might have spent a lot of today just with our shoulders forward. So let's take the shoulders back, open the heart. And now just let your breath just deepen with each inhale. Start to feel it move to the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes, the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, you soften. Just do that on your own breath here. Getting centered for your practice. Let's add some arms to this. So with your palms turned out and your feet grounded, inhale, float your arms up as you inhale. Touch your palms and exhale, hands to your heart. And again, inhale, reach up. The hips are coming away, the ribs are coming away from the hips here. Spine is long, arms are long. Exhale, hands to heart. And one more time, nice deep inhale, pressing down to lift up. And hands to the heart. Okay, so at the beginning of our journey together, we're just going to set an intention, like what would you like to get out of this time that you invest in your yoga practice over the next 11, 12, actually with holidays, weeks. Just take a moment to think about that. Breathe into it and release. All right, let's take the feet a little wider than hip width distance and start to let the body move around. We'll go through our spinal series here, cats and cows. And we're going to make them kind of big tonight. So arms are out from the shoulders, long here. Round forward into your cat. Fingertips touch. Open wide into your cow. Round forward, cat, open, cow. If your body is telling you start with less big moves, then that's where you're going to go. Okay? And then gradually open up as things open up for you. And the next time you're forward in your cat, take your palms to touch. Bring your hands to your heart. Straighten your legs as you inhale, fingertips up toward the sky. Exhale and take your legs together, hands by your side. So we're in a mountain pose now with the legs touching. And just feel into this. How does this feel? Inhale and exhale. So let's move the spine side to side. Now we're going to take the feet back to hip width distance. Keep the feet grounded, okay? We don't want the leg to lift as we go side to side. We want to keep the focus on the side here. So left hand down, right arm up by the ear. Okay, and we're going to gently tilt to the left and come up. We're going back to the left. Let that left hand just slide down the right leg and up. Keep your shoulders stacked and go to the left and up. Now go to the left and keep going as far as your body is ready for now. Turn your left palm out. Take your left arm parallel to the earth and extend those left fingertips away. Bring it up, right hand down on the leg. We're going to just tilt gently and come back up. Tilt and up. Keeping the shoulders stacked, the feet grounded. Tilt and up. Now tilt and hold. Stay here. Float the right arm up. Press those right fingertips away. Bring it up. We're going back to the left now. See how this feels. Tilt and up. Tilt and up. So just the same thing, one more round. Tilt and up. Now tilt to the left. Take that left arm up. Press the fingertips away and take your right shoulder behind you. Shine your heart up to the sky. Now come back to center. It's right hand down and we go tilt. Tilt, tilt, tilt and hold. This is your right arm. Right arm up, extend those right fingertips, left shoulder back, heart to sky, inhale. Come center, soft knees and hips, just let it go. Just move around here, let things go. And shake it out. All right, so we're going to plant the feet again, hip width distance. We're going to be intentional in our twisting. So the feet are planted, the hips are going to stay forward, elbows out to the side, okay? We're not taking the shoulders to the ears, we're lifting the ribs away from the hips, long spine, inhale, twist to the right and back. It may not go far, just twist and back, twist again and back. Now twist and extend your arms. And come back. Let's do that to the left. Twist, 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 twist and extend, and back. We're going to do that one more time to each side. Twist right, twist right, twist right, twist and extend. Tack your right hip forward and your left hip back. We want the hips facing forward here. Turn your gaze towards your right fingertips. Stay here. Turn your gaze to the left. Turn your gaze back to the right. Bend at the elbows and come back to center. Here we go to the left. Twist, 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 twist and extend. Tack the left hip forward, right hip back. Take your gaze to the left. Now, as you exhale, take your gaze to the right. And then take your gaze back to the left. Come center, lift your arms overhead, and just start to come into some nice, soft folds. So when you fold, you might want to, right now, keep your head higher than your heart. You might want to go halfway. You might want to go lower. So just find something that feels good to you in a little forward fold. A few little forward folds. We just want to release, and then the next time you're forward, take opposite hand to opposite elbow and come into a ragdoll. Just let everything go. So when you ragdoll, make sure your head and neck are participating. Nod your head yes and no. Always end on a yes with the head. Come back to center. Bring your hands to your legs and slowly walk yourself back up to standing. Slow, we've been down a while. We don't want to get dizzy. Roll your shoulders back a few times. And come back to a mountain pose. So you might have chosen mountain pose with your feet hip width. You might have chosen mountain pose with your feet touching. Wherever you are, breathe. See how things are feeling. Good. And shake it out. Everybody good so far? Okay, so we're going to be working our way down. Make sure you've got your padding for your knees when we get there, okay? If you need any further information about the chair, let me know. I have a chair right here I can demonstrate. All right, so here we go. We're coming to the top of the mat with the feet hip width distance apart. We're going to be working our way down. Let's just start by sensing how the breath is moving now. Now inhale, float the arms up Exhale, take your swan dive. Remember, this could be high, low, or anywhere in between. Bend the knees and hips, bring your hands to your thighs, shine your heart forward, half lift, sink it down, fingertips to the mat, and step back into downward facing dog. Okay, so you're taking your legs back. Yep, down dog. And let's walk the dog for a moment. Bend one knee and then the other. And think of this as much of a foot massage as anything else, right? So as you roll, really get those toes liberated. Now press one heel down and hold. Press the other heel down and hold. Press both heels down and hold. And we're going to bring the knees down. Sit off to the side and find seated mountain pose. All right, so whether you're in a chair or on the mat, in seated mountain pose, your sit bones feel evenly connected. Your feet are flexed, your spine is long. Inhale and exhale. Turn your palms out. We're going to inhale the arms up, drawing energy up from the earth as we go. Inhale. Arms up. Now turn your palms out, and even as you draw your fingers back down to the earth, continue to lengthen through the spine. Try and get taller even as you exhale. One more time. Inhale. Lengthen. And lengthen as you exhale. Fingertips tap gently down. And shake everything out. All right, you guys ready for some core? We're gonna do boat as your welcome back move. We'll do boat, all right? So we have several variations, so you'll always be able to pick one that works for you. The feet are grounded, knees are bent, okay? If you're in a chair, you're going to be sitting way at the edge of your chair so you have room to go back and forth. And this is how we're all starting, with our arms forward, and we come back into core engagement and come up. Just back and up. Okay, upper body. Yes, yes, yes. One more. And take it up. Okay, now we're going to extend the right leg as we go down and deepen it. So we still have 2 feet on the mat. Take it back, extend the right leg. Now the right heel is 2 inches off the mat. The shoulders are off the mat. We're in half boat on the right and come up and take it to the left. Left leg extends. That heel is 2 inches off the mat. Shoulders off the mat and up. Let's do that again. To the right. Low boat. Bring it back. Low boat on the left. And back. All right, shake the legs out. So that's 2 different versions, right? Keep both legs down or extend right leg and left leg. Now we're going to take the right knee up for yet another version. Okay? Right knee to tabletop. Left foot is grounded, arms are forward. We're in half high boat, Ardha Navasana. Hands are forward, okay? And we're taking it to low boat. High boat to low. And bring it up, right foot down. You can shake out your legs here, left knee up. Arms out, high boat. Low boat on the left, high boat, low boat on the left, high boat, and release. All right, so if that wasn't enough variations, we're going to do one more. If you've already come to a point where you're staying, right, 2 feet down, extend the leg with the feet on the mat, that's fine, okay? All right, otherwise, we're going to take the right leg up, arms forward. High boat with the leg long. Low boat, back to high. One more time, low, back to high, and release left leg. So the straight leg is not for everybody. It might not be for you. Go back to what you're more comfortable and your body is happier doing. All right, here we go. Low boat on the left and up. Low boat on the left and up and release. Woo. All right, so just moving through all those variations could be like the whole core workout in and of itself, couldn't it? But since you've tried so many different ways, now you get to pick the one that you want to stick with 4 times on each side. Are we good? Okay. All right. So let's sit up. So remember, we can keep both feet down. We can extend the leg. We can extend from knee, or we can extend from straight leg. Everybody, raise your hand if you've got one that you want to do 4 times on each side. Yes. All right. Here we go. Sit up nice and tall, arms forward. Starting on the right, high boat, low, high, low, high, low. Last time, high, low, and bring it in. Whoo, left side, arms forward, high, low, high boat, low boat, high boat, low boat, one more high boat, low boat, and release. All right, sit up and just move around. So we will do standing obliques, right, later on in our practice. Who's going to remind me? I don't see a single hand. All right, come on. I need at least one person to volunteer. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and shake the legs out. And we're going to open the hips. We actually did water wheel this morning. This morning's practice is already up, so if you want to work on your water wheel, just check out this morning's practice. Right now we're going to do rock the baby. So with 2 legs straight, sit up nice and tall. Bend your right knee. Take your right foot in your left hand. Hold on to your right leg with your right hand. Did that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Remember, in rock the baby, we're taking the legs side to side. The torso stays forward. So we're not twisting the whole body from side to side. We are moving that hip side to side. There it goes. Rock the baby here. Now come back to center. Take your right ankle across your left thigh and flex your right foot. So we want to make sure the right foot is flexed. Support yourself with your hands and draw your left foot in just until it touches the mat here. Okay? Now we're going, so we're in open seated pigeon, basically. Now we're going to take the right foot to the side and back. Legs side to side. We're still keeping the torso forward. Yep. All right, this time let the right foot come all the way down and sit up. So when you sit up, your right foot is outside of the left thigh right now. But if your right hip is not in contact with the earth, move your right foot in front of your shin so you have a more stable base of support rather than being over here like this or like this. So either way, foot outside the thigh, foot in front of the left shin, left hand to the right leg, right arm up and back, inhale. Remember, when we lengthen the spine, we're taking the ribs away from the hips, and then without tugging, we twist. Turn your gaze towards your right shoulder. And untwist. Release the legs, straighten them, and shake them out. All right. So we've got the legs long, feet flexed, rocking the baby on the left. Bend your left knee, take your left foot in your right hand. We're sitting up nice and tall. The torso stays steady. Rock the baby side to side. Now come back to center. Left foot is flexed. Left ankle across the right thigh. Support yourself with your hands and just start to draw that right foot in. Okay? It doesn't have to go far. It just comes in, touches the floor, and we take the legs side to side, still keeping that torso forward. Remember, if anything's not working for you, just let me know, because there's always ways to make things work for you. All right, let the left foot come all the way over to the right. Check to see if you're grounded, or if it would be better to move the left foot in front of the right shin. Right hand outside the left leg, left arm up and back, lifting ribs away from hips, using the strength of your torso, not your right hand, to twist and turn your gaze toward your left shoulder. And release. Come forward, extend the legs, and shake them out. Inhale and exhale. All right. We're going to be doing lots of crescent lunges, so that's going to work on the front hip flexors. We were just working on our IT bands and the outer leg here. So let's come to hands and knees. Remember, be nice to your knees. You can always do things standing if the knee down version is not a good place for you to be right now. Okay, and we're going to come into a knee down plank. So your whole body long in between the knees and the shoulders. And let's go ahead and do a nice slow push up. And hips toward heels. So you could be doing this with your hands on the seat of a chair or the back of the chair, your hands on the wall. Let's keep going. You could be doing this in the air. There's always a place. And then we're going to take this to a child's pose. So the next time your hips are heading back towards your heels, take your big toes together, knees wide. Find your child's pose. Make sure your forehead is engaged. It's either touching the mat, or you've made a pillow with your hands, or a block or something. And in your child's pose, you've engaged the seat of your intuition. So revisit your intention. Breathe into that. And then start to make your way to downward facing dog. All right, so feeling even in your dog. Think about, you have 2 hands on the mat, 2 feet on the mat. Think about, is everything nice and even, or do you feel like you're pressing more into one part of the body than another? Just spread everything nice and even. And then take any journey that you feel like to bring your feet to your hands. When you get there, bring your hands to your thighs, knees and hips bend. Shine your heart forward, half lift. Slide your hands down your legs. Forward fold. Ground through the feet. Exhale. Upward salute. Inhale. Float the arms out and up. Palms touch. And hands come heart center. And release, shake it out. All right, so let's find mountain pose and just breathe into that. See how things are feeling now. Okay, check in. All right, we're going to work on our high crescent lunge and then do sun salutation that incorporates low crescent lunge where you will need, you may need extra padding for your knees, and the high crescent lunge also. So for the high crescent lunge, it's a balance pose. Okay, so we've got to let the body know, time to think about balancing. All right, we're going to start out in a nice strong mountain pose here at the top of your mat. Okay, you can put your hands on your hips and slide your right leg back. Your left knee bends, it's right over the ankle, and because this is crescent lunge, the right heel is lifted. Okay? Now, if you start to feel unsteady, you can reach out and touch something. Maybe you want to have a chair or be near a wall, or you can just bring your right heel down. That's a little more stable for many people. You can already feel we're starting to get that front hip flexor, right? Let's take the arms up for high crescent lunge here. What we're going to do is bend the right knee, take the elbows down, and straighten both legs, reach up. Down, reach up. Down, reach up. Keep your gaze steady here. Down, reach up, and step forward. Shake it out. Did that make sense? Was that okay? All right, let's try it on the left. Left leg back, way back. Left heel is lifted unless you're going for a more stable position. Remember, you could be supporting yourself on something. Right knee over the ankle. Arms up for high crescent lunge. And we bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, and step forward, shake it out. All right, we're going to do that one more time, but the last time we do it, we're going to go straight from bend to forward, okay? All right, so let's go top of the mat here. Right leg back. Left knee over left ankle. Right heel is lifted. Arms up and bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Here it comes. Bend and step. Yep. All right, left leg back. Let's see it. Left heel is lifted. Right knee bends. It's down, straighten, down, straighten, down. Straighten, last time, down and forward, and release. All right, shake it out. So you've got the high crescent lunge for sure, okay? All right, let's get into our sun salutations. We'll be starting with the low crescent lunge, the knee down. So come to the top of your mat, mountain pose. Take a few breaths. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Remember your swan dives. You might have your head higher than your heart. You might be halfway. You might be all the way down. Anywhere in between, you're in a fold. Now, bend the knees and hips, hands to the thighs, half lift, shine your heart forward. Keep bending knees and hips, fingertips to the mat. Step back with your right leg. It's a giant step back. We're in a lunge. Bring your right knee down. Point the toes. Low crescent lunge. So here we're actually shining the heart more up. We're keeping the arms by the ears. Hands down. Find your plank. It could be Keep your knee down and come into knee down plank, or lift your back knee and come into knee up plank. If you're in knee up plank, come to the tips of your toes here, so roll forward. And then everybody, nice strong chaturanga down. Control your chaturanga. There you go. All right, let's we're coming into cobra. Shoulders to the ears, down the spine. Lift your heart, lift your hands. And release. Now let's do that again. Cobra, lift your hands as you lift your heart and release. All right, so you're going to find your way to down dog. You might choose to go table to down dog. You might choose to tuck your toes, gaze towards your mat, press yourself halfway up, extend the arms and press back. Find your down dog. Inhale and exhale. So once again, in down dog, we're thinking, okay, is everything nice and spread out the way we want it here? Take your right leg up. Take a big step forward with the right foot. Bring your left knee down. And then just go into any arrangement, final arrangement where you're bringing your right knee over your right ankle, left knee behind the hip, low crescent lunge. So depending on how big a step forward you took just then, you have that arrangement to do. All right, let's bring the hands down, tuck the back toes, lift your back knee. Now think about all the muscles of your body engaged. Float your fingertips off the mat. Gently place your fingertips back down, keep all your muscles engaged, and one giant step with the back foot brings you forward. Half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up as your palms touch. And hands come heart center. And shake it out. All right, so we're going to be starting on the left this time. Everybody okay? Does anybody need anything? We're good? Okay. We're going to be starting on the left this time. You can stay with that low crescent lunge anytime you want. You can do the high crescent lunge. Remember, high crescent lunge is going to throw you off balance a little more, so you want to be careful with it. Come to the top of your mat. Find mountain pose and breathe. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, we swan dive. Take a half lift. Fingertips down, stepping back with the left leg. We're in that nice lunge. Just move around in the lunge. Okay, so here's decision time. High crescent lunge or low. If you're going low, bring your left knee down. If you're going high, magnetize your thighs toward each other. Engage your core. Start to let your fingertips float up, up, up. Carefully, carefully. Woo. Yep. Carefully. High crescent lunge. Hands down. And find a plank. So you could be going knee up or knee down. Nice, slow, strong chaturanga. Take your hands 6 inches down from your shoulders here. We're going to deepen our cobra. So shoulders toward the ears, down the spine, but deeper cobra now. The elbows are still bent. And release. Now if you have up dog, go ahead and come into up dog. Otherwise, just come into that cobra again with your hands 6 inches down from the shoulders. Lift up. And release. Okay, we've been doing a lot of back bending, so make a pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead on your hands, bend your knees, and let your legs move side to side, just to do a little spinal release here. Bring the feet down, hands under the shoulders. Find your way to down dog. Remember, you can go table to dog. You can do lift, lift, press back. Another breath or two in your down dog. All right, here we go. Left leg up to hip height. Step forward with the left foot. You're either going to bring your right knee down or magnetize the thighs together. Engage the core and carefully lift into high crescent lunge. Yeah. Yep. All right, everybody, fingertips down to the mat. And big step forward with the right. Half lift. Forward fold. Float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, let's find mountain pose. Just let the breath settle. So that was a combination of front hip flexor opening, balance, strengthening, all kinds of things happening there. So let's just breathe into that. Inhale and exhale. We're going to treat ourselves to a little brush hands before we move into some obliques. Okay, so take your feet mat width distance or slightly wider apart. The toes are out. We are grounding through the feet. Knees go over the toes as you go up and down here. And we're not pressing back. We're just going straight up and down. Arms come up gently. And exhale. Brush hands like you're brushing down a wall. Up and down. So you've been working hard. This is just something that helps release. So think about it. Don't be like so efforting into it. Let it be gentle. Brush hands. All right, the next time your arms are up, just bring your hands to your hips. Turn your right toes to the right, your left toes at an angle. And we're going to turn and face the right leg, doing brush hands to the right, arms up, inhale, exhale, over the right leg. Inhale up, exhale, and that right leg is going to bend and straighten, whatever feels great to you here. And the next time your arms are up, come back to center, brush hands center 4 times. Bring your hands to your hips, turn your left toes to the left, right toes at an angle, and bring the arms up, and we brush hands to the left. So remember, this is for letting go, so just let go. After your next brush hands left, come back to center. All 10 toes are pointing out, and we'll brush hands 4 times center. And finish up, find mountain pose, and breathe. Inhale and exhale. All right, so I see you thinking about it. You're like, okay, oblique time, right? Right, yes. All right, so we can do this with the feet mat width distance apart and the toes turned out. Okay. Let's do, we'll do arms out to the side here, knees slightly bent, keeping the hips forward, twist, center, and then extend and center. So we're twisting to the right with bent elbows, extend the arms and center. And again, twist right, center, extend, center. One more time. Right, center, extend, center. All right, shake out your arms. We're going to do the same thing to the left. Little bend in the knees and left, center, extend, center. Elbows, center, extend, center. Elbows left, center, extend, center. One more time, elbows, center, extend, center, and shake it out. All right, let's go ahead and heel toe the feet back together or come back to mountain pose, however you accomplish that. Okay, breathe, inhaling and exhaling here. So we're going to come into some wide leg forward folding. So wherever you can be on your mat, or you can take your legs wide. Okay. So as though we were getting ready for a triangle or warrior two. Put your index fingers in your hip creases here. Okay. The feet are grounded. So the toes are facing forward or slightly in at an angle. Spine stays long, and start to fold. However far you go, you're folding from your hip creases. So you can feel that your index fingers are helping you feel that. So you might wish to stop with your head higher than your heart. You might go halfway. You might continue going. Go where you want. Bring your hands to your legs. If you're in a forward fold deep enough that your fingers touch the mat, then just bring your fingers to the mat. Otherwise, hands to the legs is great. We're in a nice forward fold here. Bring your hands to your hips, pressing through the feet, come halfway up. Press through the feet, come the rest of the way up. Okay, we're going to keep the legs just how they are. Hands are still in the fingers, index fingers are back in the hip creases here. Spine is long. We go forward, forward, forward. All right, hands to the legs if you're high, lower, or hands to the mat. If you have your hands on the mat, walk your hands over to the right. If your hands are on your legs, walk your hands over to the right. Come back through center, hands left. Come back to center, hands right. Now keep your left hand down, either on your right leg or the mat, and raise your right arm. Yes, so can you see this? You're like this, yes. All right, walk your hands over to the left, leave your right hand down, and raise your left arm. Okay, bring your hands back down, hands to the hips, come up halfway, come up the rest of the way, and heel toe your feet back together, shake your legs out. Okay, did that make sense with the hands to the side and open, right? So it was like a little twist. Okay, so let's go ahead and come into mountain pose. Scan your body, see if your body is feeling anything telling you needs to move this way before we head back down to the earth. Move around, do any final upright things that the body's asking for. If there's anything in your space that you want to have near you for when we're down on the earth, you know, sometimes it gets cold, you might want something to cover up with. Bring that into your space. And then when you're ready, come to the top of your mat, find mountain pose. Okay, so we're going to breathe here. All right, we're heading back down to the earth, and you're going to have an option to do one last vinyasa or not. Okay, so remember, this is always your practice. Let's take a breath here. Now inhale, float the arms up. Remember where those hip creases are? Just fold forward, keep your legs straight without even having to touch them. You know where those hip creases are. Fold forward. Keep your legs straight as you half lift, shine your heart forward. Now bend your knees and hips, bring your fingertips down. If you're going through a vinyasa, go ahead. You're going to go plank, chaturanga, etc. Otherwise, just step back into downward facing dog, your choice. Take a few breaths. If you've had enough of down dog, bring your knees down and come into table. All right, and so from down dog or table, we're going to let the hips go side to side. If the knees are up, the knees will go side to one side, hips will go to the other. If you're moving through a vinyasa, just keep going. Come back to center and bring your knees down. Once again, if you're still doing your vinyasa, just finish it up. And we'll all meet in seated mountain pose. So we're going to take a moment here in seated mountain pose, hands out to the side. Inhale, float the arms up, draw more energy up from the earth, touch your palms, and exhale, bring your hands to your heart, revisiting your intention, sealing it in. Now draw your fingertips up toward the sky and exhale, release. Let's shake everything out. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we'll do a little bit of forward folding with straight legs. So your legs are straight here. Your spine is nice and long. Inhale, float the arms up. We're keeping the spine long. We're keeping the arms by the ears and folding forward from those same hip creases, hip creases, hip creases. And now just let your hands drop. They may reach your shins, they may reach your toes, they may be on your thighs. Gaze toward your toes. And then draw the arms up, start drawing the arms up by the ears, reach up, ribs away from hips. And one more time, come into forward fold. As the hands drop, they may find the toes, the shins, the thighs, the mat. Keep your gaze past your toes, spine is long. Inhale, float the arms up. And exhale, hands down by your side. All right, let's loosen things up, and we're going to make our way down to the earth, working on pigeon. So bend your knees and roll it down. Feel your body connect to the earth here. We're taking the right ankle across the left thigh. The right foot is flexed. Draw your legs in towards you here. Hold on, so your right hand goes through your legs. Your left hand wraps around the left leg. So you're holding on to your left hamstring, maybe your left shin, maybe some other part, okay? Make sure your right foot is flexed. Now let's see where everything is here. Take your left knee in line with your left shoulder and breathe. So now we're in pigeon. We're sending warmth and breath to that right hip, letting it release. So again, you might be holding your left shin, your left thigh, outside of your left leg. The important thing is send warm, healing, releasing breaths to that right hip. All right, if you're holding on to your shin, you're going to move your hands to your hamstring so we can take the left leg straight up, staying in the pigeon, point and flex that left foot very intentionally. And then circle the ankle, circle the other direction. Bend your left knee, release the left leg, bring 2 feet to the mat, and gently let your knees open and close like little butterfly wings here. Okay, getting ready for pigeon on the left. Left ankle across right thigh, left foot flexes, legs come in towards you. This time the left hand goes through the legs, you're holding onto the right leg somewhere. Bring your right knee in line with your right shoulder. Left foot stays flexed and send your breath to that left hip. We're going to extend the right leg, so move your hands if you need to. Right leg up, point and flex that right foot. Circle the ankle, one direction and the other, and release, unwind. Open and close the knees like little butterfly wings here. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to do some rolling bridges. So plant your feet. Your heels are kind of close to your glutes here. Heels are kind of close to the butt. Knees are straight up, arms down by your side. Exhale. Now start to lift your arms, lift, and then start to roll the hips up. Bring the backs of your hands to the mat behind you as the hips lift, and slowly roll down, starting from the top of the spine to the bottom. Bring the hands back down to your side. So little rolling bridges. Keep going if that makes sense to you. If not, just raise a leg, wave to me, and I'll explain it differently. Slowly roll down. Yeah. All right, so we're going up and down in our bridges. You can even keep your hands down if the arms are not a great thing for you right now, and just roll your hips up and bring them down. One more rolling bridge here. And bring everything down. All right, now extend the arms and legs long. Inhale. Exhale. Draw your knees in. Hug them in. Okay. So we're in Apanasana here, wind removing pose. We're hugged in. Now we're going to take the hands to the knees. Keep them on the knees. They're not going to leave the knees as we take the knees forward, to the right, in and to the left. Forward, to the right, in and to the left. So basically what we're doing here is giving a nice circular massage to the spine. We're controlling the movement of the knees by keeping the hands on them so our legs aren't going like all crazy. All right, next time your knees are in, hold them in, and circles the other direction. Forward, to the left, in, and to the right. And the next time your knees are in toward your chest, hold them there. Release the feet to the mat, hands by your side, and let those knees gently open and close. All right, if you like Supta Baddha Konasana, go ahead and come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Otherwise, keep your knees bent with your feet on the mat. Extend your arms out from your shoulders. Extend the fingers and wiggle them into gentle fist. And do that repeatedly a few times here. Now the next time your fingers are in, go ahead and rotate your wrists one direction and the other. Bring your hands back down and just gently let your head move side to side. We're just looking for any kind of stuckness in the neck. Just gently moving the head. Come back to center. Bring your hands down by your side. Now start to scan your body, and if any moves are being required or requested or any realignment is coming to you, go ahead and just start to move through your little finishing time here, looking for your final relaxation position. Okay, so scan your body, check in. You might try final relaxation with your legs straight. You might try it with your knees bent, whichever feels better to you. We're going to start to find ourselves connecting to the earth. Inhale through the nose and take a nice slow exhale, releasing into final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. Wiggle fingers, toes. And on your inhale, stretch long. As you exhale, draw your knees in, give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. And back up to a nice, easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice. And we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.